got a free play up already. We got a full card out on SoBet. We got NFL coming tomorrow. We got NFL coming Sunday. We might even have a full NFL playoff card coming soon. That's where we're at. We got bowl games on. We got college basketball. We're locked in. I'm about to go through some week 18 NFL incentives and the player props associated with them so we can get an edge on that. If you got any questions, let me know. We'll get into it. I'm about to flash this on screen. See if I can find this for you guys. Some crazy numbers. Some crazy numbers that we put up over the last week. VTech thoughts over under. I lean on the over. I lean on the over just because there's a lot of, it's kind of a lazy game. People aren't taking it as seriously. People aren't going as hard. People are a little bit more afraid of injury. That's something that you have to factor in this spot. And as a result, it tends to favor the offense. Now, I took the under in this massive 65-point over-under because, backup QB isn't going to settle into an offense to a point to where you could put up 65 points. It looks like we're going to cruise under. It's been a very low-scoring second half, and that's really safe. That was a big play today. But as a general rule, in that game, I'm definitely leaning towards the over. There you go. A little something for you guys. Those are the numbers from the last week. Up 21.5 units. Up 21.5 units on the last week. Anyone who wants my plays, I'm gonna flash it up right now for anyone on the Twitter screen, anyone on the YouTube screen, whatever. There's a QR code right there to get all my plays. If you're here on TikTok, shoot me a DM or message me on Instagram and we'll get into it. But let's talk. Let's talk about these plays. So we are riding Ohio State. Ohio State minus 2.5 against Michigan State tonight. That's the college basketball play we have up. Ohio State minus 2.5 against Michigan State. I'll read you my write-up here from SoBet in a little bit. I know it's a little light in here right now, so I won't get into too much detail. Won't get into too much detail right now, but I'll show you the write-up in a little bit. But that's where we're at. Ohio State minus 2.5. That's a free play today. It's up on SoBet. Basically, this is just a lot of public bettors are going to be on Michigan State because they got an 18. They got a number next to them. They're a ranked team. They're a big deal, whatever. They just haven't been able to put teams away. They don't have like a guy who can take over games. They don't have like really elite talent that you need to succeed at the college basketball level. I think Ohio State does. I've been really impressed with the way they're playing lately. They're not just beating teams, they're dominating teams. And I think there's just a significantly better team. You're getting them at only minus 2.5. I think that's great value. On Minnesota, no. I don't like a side on that game. If I did, I'd probably take Tech with the points, but I lean over in that game, but nothing really strong. The non-playoff bowl games aren't really great opportunities to make a ton of money. I lean over, Javier. Sometimes you see a lopsided line and you can hammer it, but it's not based on game analysis. You really can't get the depth of game analysis you'd want in these. You can just see discrepancies in the market and take advantage of that. That's just purely numbers based. That's what I had in the under 65 in this Texas State North Texas game. They're at 37 with 5.5 left, so that's going to smack. That's going to smack. But aside from that, that's that's really it. There's not a ton of value on these games just because there's so many players that you know there's so many players that we're not familiar with playing. Kind of some nonsense going on in the games. Coaches taking more chances than they normally would. Home court is worth points on the books, but it's not as consistent a formula as it is in football. I think generally home court's worth about 2, but it's not the same court to court. And I guess it's not technically the same always in NFL, but generally speaking, it's a 3-point swing, so 1.5 for home court as opposed to minus 1.5 for being away, or home field in the case of the NFL. Yeah, for college basketball, it's worth more than it is for NBA though, which makes sense if you think about the way fans attend college basketball versus how they attend NBA. OSU tonight, absolutely. OSU -2.5 got that +100 on ProfitX. That's my favorite play of the day. Favorite play of the day. We love that one. That one I shared on SoBet. I got 4 college basketball plays up on SoBet today. So we have a pretty thick slate for college basketball. We're going to be leaning into that a lot more. Obviously, we're going to finish off the NFL season strong. We'll still do NBA props on a daily basis, but going to be leaning a lot into college basketball over the next couple months leading up to March Madness to really make a bag. High volume sports, college sports are a great opportunity to make a lot of money, to volume bet, to understand lines, understand discrepancies, and put out as many plays as possible with a slight edge and cash out on those. So really starting to focus my research on college basketball, not just the teams because there's so many teams to factor in, but basically line movement and understanding where there's discrepancies. User 275 is on MSU. You got any reasoning behind that you want to share with us, or you just like MSU today? Daily Hitman's here for the journey to 100K. We love to see it. Love to see it. I've got going to be up 400 today after the catching this under in the North Texas game. We had a big win on Notre Dame yesterday. That was $400 as well. 300 on the under. Obviously, when you think about a 3K bankroll trying to flip it to 100K, like if we do percentages, I need to be doing about 20% increase a month. But anyone who's in sports betting in the long term understands you're not going to win every single month. So I am trying to get out to an early start, trying to hit 10K in the first month so I can start upping my unit size. Obviously, if I'm doing $300-$400 bets on a 3K bankroll, I'm already being pretty aggressive with my unit size relative to the bankroll. But hey, that's what we're here to do. It's a great time to be hammering. Like I love betting on college football playoffs. I love betting on NFL late season and playoffs. When you have more reads and more detail on teams, I think there's better spots. I'm taking some heavy money lines like -160, -150, 170 money lines. Just being more aggressive there. But yeah, I've also got $50 to win 2,800 on LeBron under 10 points today. I'm not going to make a habit of fading LeBron 10 points. I'm not going to do this that often. I'm 0 for 2 doing this, but 0 days rest, 40 years old. He gets pulled early or pulls himself early. It's not that crazy. And we got 55 to 1 odds. The odds are getting better every single time on profit. If you're on the TikTok stream, profits in the links, but you're going to get the best lines on there. Yeah, I'm doing that tonight. You're going to get the best lines on there, especially when you're taking opposite ends of props because it's an exchange. So basically, the two lines are the same, right? If you have a plus 5,500, you have a minus 5,500 on the other end, as opposed to like a minus 10,000 and a plus 5,000. Kings money line tonight. I don't have a strong read on that. I don't think there's a ton of value. I don't have a ton of NBA tonight. It's a big college basketball slate that we have up on SoBet. I'm not loving NBA straights. In NBA I prefer to do props. In college basketball, I prefer to do money lines, spreads, and over unders. NFL tomorrow. I'll tell you early lean. We love Bengals over 48.5 against the Steelers. Steelers defense has not been great this year, especially the last month and a half. Their offense has definitely stagnated a little bit, and the Bengals defense has gone from absolutely god awful, atrocious to just pretty bad. But the Steelers are coming off a lot of rest. So they're coming off a lot of rest. I think that Tomlin's going to be able to prepare to take advantage of this really weak defense. And I see the Steelers putting up good points, and the Bengals just that's what they do. They score, and I'm not ultra impressed by the Steelers defense. If this was 7-8 weeks ago, that Steelers defense, I might be more scared. And I'm a little concerned about the Bengals O line trying to hold back Watt, but they're not going to be able to cover Higgins and Chase. Also, you got Gesicki, he needs 3 receiving yards to hit 125K incentive. That's another prop that you can fade that at like plus 5,000. Maybe even plus 6,000 now on ProfitX. That's a fun one. I mean, a tight end to not get a reception is interesting. It's a $125,000 incentive bonus, which is about as small an incentive bonus as you'll see. It's a tight end. It's an important game for the Bengals. It's a must-win game for the Bengals, right? They win that, and then they can root for teams on Sunday and have a shot at making the playoffs. So they're going all out to win. They're not going to be like, well, we got to get him the ball. If he gets the ball, it's going to happen in the natural game flow. Obviously, getting 3 yards is probable, but it's not 98% probable. So I like fading that at plus 5,000 or better. It's just too juicy. Too beautiful play. Let me see what it's at right now. Yeah, if you want, they've got a full incentive, player prop incentive market up on ProfitX. I'm gonna drop this for anyone on the Twitter stream. I'm gonna drop the link for ProfitX here. I'm gonna drop a link for ProfitX here in the chat, and then we're gonna start looking. I'm gonna start looking through contract incentives right now. I think Mitchell's gonna get 5.5 points first quarter. I mean, first quarter point totals for an individual is way too much of a crapshoot for me. All right. If you're on the Twitter screen or YouTube screen, you can see what I'm looking at right now. These are the NFL Week 18 contract incentives. So here are props. You got yes, no sides on everything for basically people hitting the number they need to get the contracts. You see on the left side, you'll see the number that they're there to win. Hill to record 8 receptions or better. That's way too many. Plus 600. I'm not going to do it. Gesicki. So you can fade him at 30 to 1 right now. I wouldn't take 30 to 1. I'd probably fade him at 50 to 1. Evans, 5 receptions and 85 plus receiving yards. No at plus 150 is interesting. Mike Evans not getting that. I mean, 5 and 85 is a solid game. Now I understand they're playing the Saints and it's a big game for the Bucks and he's their number 1 target. I'm going to offer this at plus 200. So again, if you're looking at the screen, I'm going to do this on my phone because I'm not going to log in, but you could offer whatever line you want. And if someone takes it, they take it. So you can change the odds. You just need another side. I'm going to put 50 down at plus 250 and see if I get a taker. I'd probably take it at plus 200, but there's no reason not to go heavier. So I'm going to go no for $100 at plus 250. And we'll see if I get action. Minnesota first half minus 6.5. I don't love that. I don't love a big spread in a game here. North Texas and Texas State. We have under 65 in this spot. Under 65 in this spot. It's 23-20 with 3:20 left. They just got a touchdown. Please tell me they haven't kicked the extra point yet, because the only thing I can't have is OT. And if they miss the extra point and they're down 3, obviously there's OT potential. They're down 2, and that's fine. North Texas makes it. All right, so they're down 2. We're not going to OT. I'm going to cash that on her. Moving on, baby. Zach Ertz, 90 plus receiving yards, plus 200 odds to hit that. I don't think he's getting that. I would consider no at minus 250 or better. Dawson Knox, 8 receptions, 89 receiving yards. There's no way in hell he's not going to play the full game. Allen's probably going to play like a quarter of the game. There's no way in hell that's hitting. Ertz, 2 receiving TDs. I would fade that at any number. Mixing 107 plus rush yards. I don't think the game matters for the Texans. I have to remember, but I don't think the game matters for the Texans. North Texas money line at plus 2,000. Was that pregame odds? I know they're 14-point dogs. When did you get plus 2,000 on them? That's up. Now Miller to record a sack is interesting. Ty Johnson to get 1 interception. Jones sacks. Pollard 83 rush yards is interesting. Ertz 9 plus. Brock Bowers 9 receptions is interesting. You can take the no side of Bowers 9 receptions at only minus 168. Hang on right now. Brock Bowers, you can take him under 8.5 receptions. I understand he's put up crazy numbers, but you can take him at under 8.5 receptions effectively at minus 168. I have to hammer that. 840 to win 500. I have to hammer that. There's simply no excuse not to hammer that. If he gets it, good for him. God bless him. You're telling me this rookie, I know he's a stud. I know what he's done this season, but you're telling me Brock Bowers is going to put up 9 receptions? I'm getting it at minus 168. Let's see how much action is available at minus 172 because it's only partially matched. I have to take this. Yeah, minus 172. I'm taking it. Like what are we actually talking about? How much did I just get matched here? This is nuts. Yeah. I can't. Let me look at Brock Bauer's stats right now. Let me look at Brock Bauer's stats right now. He went for 7 receptions, 11 receptions. These are, I'm working backwards. 7, 11, 3, 3, 10, 4, 13, 5, 5, 10, 9, 8, 2, 3, 9, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. 6 games out of 16. So 38% of the time he's done it. So I guess it evens out. The average I'm getting this at makes about sense based on it. It's the final game of the season. Like, you don't really fight for a guy's you don't really fight for a guy to get his bonus numbers on week 18 when it's 9 catches, right? Texas State just put a dagger in. Like, it would be one thing if it's 3 catches and a big bonus. It's a rookie. His signing bonus was probably pretty big. Let's see how big Brock Bauer's signing bonus was. He got an 4-year deal for 18 million and $10 million signing bonus. He's fine, dude. He's fine. Oh, this is for a record. This is not incentive. I wasn't paying close attention to this for a record. This is the tight end record or the rookie tight end? Because I'm pretty sure he got rookie tight end last time. Fuck it. We're fading Brock Bowers, getting the record. That's what we're at. Courtland Sutton to record 82 plus receiving yards. Damn. That's a $2 million incentive. Geno Smith, 185 pass yards for 2 mil. They are eliminated from playoff contention. 185 is easy, and for 2 mil, it's a big deal. But they are eliminated from playoff contention. So, I mean, you're not like resting him, but who's the Seahawks backup QB? Sam Howell. Sam Howell's like, he's a guy worth giving a look. There might be some sprinkle value on fading Geno here. Just saying maybe he doesn't play. It plus 500, I'll sprinkle that. It depends. Like they're not necessarily just gonna leave him in. They're not necessarily just going to leave him in to get this record, right? Or to get this incentive. $2 million is no joke, though. I'm gonna do like a half unit on this. It's not a confident play, but at plus 500, I think there's value. Just cause, right? Let's see what money Geno Smith is making. Geno Smith contract. 3 years, 75 mil. So he's making 25 a year. 2 million, that's like getting an 8% bonus. 2 million for a win, says DPAT. Dobbins at 58 plus rush yards. That's easy peasy. But again, this is a playoff team. I don't know what the Chargers are fighting for. I think they're fighting for seeding. The Chargers, yeah, they clinched last week. Hopkins, 9 plus receptions. That's not happening. Saving Collins, 1 sack. Hopkins, 140 receiving yards, so that's another 250. Madison, 8. A lot of single reception sacks and interceptions. I think the Von Miller 1 sack might be worth something. My best bet on this is since it's Profit X, you can go peer to peer, right? Or can go peer to peer. You have to go peer to peer, right? So basically, you offer a line, and if someone takes it, you get it. So with these, nobody really knows how to set an appropriate market on props that they wouldn't normally take or touch, and also given the context of it being incentive based, and it's week 18, there's a lot of unpredictability in terms of how much playing time people will get. So my what I would say, and you see some people have done this, is I would offer pretty aggressive odds and just see if you get a taker. I would offer pretty juicy odds and see if you get a taker. The odds that are already out there, take them if you like them, as you just saw me do. But if there's something like Von Miller, there's no odds up yet. Nobody's offering a line right now. You say yes, maybe you offer it at plus 600 and you see if there's a taker. I personally think this line's probably worth it at 350, 300 or better because he only has a few sacks, but he hasn't played much. I know he's intentionally switched up his contract to focus on incentives, so they're definitely going to let him get a shot. And it's against a weak Patriots offensive line. I like this. I would offer it at plus 600. I'd take it at plus 350 or better. All right, guys, I know it's been a light stream, so I'm going to wrap it up right now. All the plays are on SoBet every single day. It's in my links. Any questions, let me know. We got a full college basketball card up today. We're on Ohio State -2.5 tonight. That's the free play. Full card up there. Up. You see these numbers. We're up 21.5 units in the last week. All the plays are in my links on SoBet every single day. You know the deal. I stream here daily. This is the TikTok account where I track my journey to 100K on the year. That's what we're doing. If you're on Twitter, YouTube, etc., I'm sharing that stuff as well. Follow me on everything. You know the deal. Love all you, except for the ones I hate. Have a good day.